Okay, we're going to discuss a little bit about how you get your blood type. What is blood typing? So blood typing is your blood type is based on what's called an antigen, and it's based on what type of antigen you have on your RBCs. So, or RBCs have many uh, proteins on them. So this is your blood typing. So these things on them are called antigens. Okay. And we have almost arbitrarily selected certain ones of these to use to determine your blood type. And so these antigens are usually attacked by things called antibodies. Okay, antibodies. Their job is to attack antigens like so, and to then target the cell for destruction. So antibodies attack antigens. So your blood type is based on the antigen on the RBC. And another rule is you do not make antibodies against your antigens. So no antibodies against your antigens. Otherwise, you will attack your own cells. So that's a rule. Your blood type is based on the antigen that you have on the RBC, and if you have, say, for example, while we're here, you have types of antigens that we are using. You have the A antigen, the B antigen, and the RH antigen. And the RH antigen is usually what we use for plus or minus. If it's there, you're A positive. If it's not there, you're A negative. Okay, so this is what RH is what we use to indicate positive or negative for the antigen. And the rule is, so if you have an A antigen, you will not have an anti-A antibody because that anti-A antibody would attack the antigen, okay? So here in this case, you have no anti-A or anti-B or anti-RH in these blood types, all right? So we're going to construct for you, I'm going to construct for you a table of the 8 different blood types we have, and indicate to you what antigens, what antibodies, who are the donors, and who are the recipients from or to those blood types. All right, so let's give it a go. Marker, so types of blood. So you're going to have your A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, O negative. Okay, so that's a blood type up here, and then we're going to look at some properties about these blood types. All right, so first we're going to look at the types of antigens present. So antigens present in these blood types. So here, if you are A positive, that means you have an A antigen and the RH antigen. That's why it's A positive. Positive means RH is there. A negative means you only have A. No RH is there. B positive, so you have B and RH. B negative, just B. AB positive, that means you have A there, B there, and RH there. Okay. AB negative, you have A and B, no RH. O positive, you have, that means you have, O means no A, no B, and the RH for the positive part. And your O negative means nothing is there. No A, no B, no RH. That's none. All right, so that's the antigens. If we next look at the antibodies that these blood type people would have in their blood. So antibodies in the blood. Okay. So since you're A antigen, you will not have anti-A. Instead, you will have anti-B. Anti-B antibodies there. For if you're, and again, if you're A negative, same thing. You would have anti-B antibodies. If you're B positive, you would have anti-A. B negative, same thing. Anti-A. Again, because here you have the B antigens, so you cannot have an anti-B antibodies. All right. If you're AB positive, since you have A antigen, B antigen, and the RH antigen, that means you can have no antibodies. So here, this is none. No antibodies present for that blood type. And same over here for the AB negative, none initially. We can clarify some of these things later. For the O positive, since for the O positive you have an RH antigen only, so here you can have an anti-A and an anti-B antibodies there. And for O negative, same thing. You have anti-A and anti-B. You're probably wondering what about the anti-RH? That's what we're gonna do a part later, okay? So but it's a good question to have there. Then let's next do who you can donate blood to. All right. Let me get some proper marker here. So who can you donate to? For the next question. So donate to. So since you're A positive, you can donate to A positive, all right, and also to AB positive, because AB positive, as you recall, has no antigens, so it can get from anybody, all right. And for A negative, you can donate to yourself, A negative, as well as to the A positives. And you can donate as well to A, B negative and AB positive, all right? So the negative version of the blood type can donate to both the positive and the negatives, while the positive version can only donate to the positive version. That may help you to simplify this chart. Then for the B positive, you can donate to B positive and again to the A, B positive. For B negative, you can donate to both versions, to your B positive and negative, and to your A, B positive and negative. Okay. For the AB positive, that one has all three antigens, so you can donate for sure to itself, donate to A, B positive, but to nobody else. Okay. The AB negative version of this blood type can donate again to the A, B positive and to the AB negative and nobody else. The O positive, since it has just the RH antigen, okay, it can donate to all of the positives. It can donate to your A positive, your B positive, your AB positive, and of course to itself, O positive. Whereas the O negative, which has absolutely no antigens on it, can donate to all of the blood tests. So you can donate to A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, and O positive and O negative. Okay, so you can donate to all 8 blood types there. So from this chart, as you can see already, we have some realities that we call universal donors and universal recipients. But let's do one more. let's do who you can receive blood from. Okay, so you can receive from, keep going here, so receive from who can donate to you. All right, so the A positive, of course, can get blood from A positive and A negative. And you can also get blood from the O positive, because remember the O's have no antigens, so it will not trigger a reaction. So you can also get from O positive and O negative. The A negative version of it can only get from the negative types. So you get some A negative and O negative. Same for B. B positive can get from B positive and B negative, as well as from O positive and O negative. The B negative can only get from B negative, O negative. Your AB positive. Now these, since they have no antibodies there, right? That means they can get from all 8 blood types. They can get from A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, and O positive, O negative. So get from all 8 blood types, whereas the negative version of it can only get the negatives. You can get from A negative, B negative, AB negative, and O negative. And for the O positives, so O positives, they have both antibodies there, A and B antibodies, so you have to be careful what blood type you bring into it. So these are basically good for getting from themselves, the O positive and O negative, that's it. They cannot get any A or B because they will react to those antigens. And then for the negative version, you can only get from O negative, okay? That's the chart. And while we're here, so some takeaways right away you can get from the chart is what's called a universal donor, meaning you can donate to all blood types. That will be your O negatives, okay? As you can see, for all of your donors, O negative is available. All right, and give it to everybody. And your universal recipient, meaning you can get from anybody, would be this one, your AB positive. You can get from anyone. Okay, so that's AB positive. Can receive blood from all 8 types here. While your receive from can donate to right. So same thing here. So you can receive from it, from everybody, and you can donate to everybody. All right, there we go. Now let me also classify these in terms of how common they are in the U.S. population. The most common blood type is O positive at around 38%. Okay, followed by A positive, and then B positive. It's around 34% here, I think. Maybe around 9% here. From here, you get to your O negative, A negative, and then your AB positive, and then your B negative and AB negative. That's the order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. O positive, most common, almost the same as A positive. Then B positive, O negative, A negative, AB positive, B negative, AB negative. Okay, we'll pause there.